This computer. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. All right. Can you guys hear me and see the slides okay? Yeah. All right. So, let me minimize this for a second. I want to talk about posting with you guys, mainly because that's like a lot of coaches seem to struggle with that. And I have the hardest time really personally understanding that, because it's like if you are genuinely living this lifestyle that we are openly sharing with everybody, and you are clean eating, you're doing your workouts, you're following your portions, you're doing Beachbody on demand, you're in challenge groups, like you're posting in your challenge groups. Like I really don't understand how people don't have a hard time like putting that out on social media and knowing what to post, because if you're living it, like literally Chris and I, we can't hardly stop taking pictures. Yeah. And I think often like what you should really be doing is capturing a picture. And I don't know how many times we have pictures in our photo albums that we don't use right then and there, because first of all, it's something we may not have time to write up, especially we have kids. So just because we took a picture doesn't mean we're going to get to write the post right then and there. But it does, ends up being a picture we can use later. Same with workout videos. Sometimes I post workout videos a day or two later, just because I don't have time to put it together right then and there. So I think the sense of urgency of posting right away when you take your picture, it doesn't need to be there. So, when it comes to posting, if you're living a lifestyle, it really shouldn't be hard. Things that, like I said, you can post about is just clean eating. So clean eating would be tips, giving people tips of what you do. What is your go-to on the run snacks? What's your favorite snack? What is a winner with your kids or with your husband or with your family? What is a party favorite? Like, what is something that if you're going to pitch in, what do you try to take? And why do you try to take something? I'm going to stop sharing our screen for a second. I forgot I wanted to talk first. But it's like we went to a derby party, and my husband's aunt, who's been a challenger with us for almost 3 years, and she's lost over 100 pounds. We were like the only one at the derby party that really brought something clean and healthy. And, it was a great opportunity to be able to do a post, which I've often done multiple posts in the background, but previously just about taking healthy dishes and why I opt to try and take a healthy dish. Because at least I know, like, even though I'm going to probably still eat all the bad stuff, I at least still have one healthy, good dish that I won't feel guilty about eating or piling on my plate a little bit higher than the rest. So talking about that, Chris and I will go into the grocery store and like constantly, especially Whole Foods. So especially Whole Foods, we'll go to Whole Foods and we snap pictures of a ton of things, because we are constantly finding things at the grocery store in like the natural food section that we're like, wow, that's cool.
And if we didn't have 2 kids that we're trying to rush out of there, we could spend hours upon hours just taking pictures of stuff at the grocery, just for post for later.
And I want to say, it doesn't have to be Whole Foods. Like we go to Kroger, we go to JC's. There's little small natural food sections around here. What was it? Big Lots. We go to Big Lots and they have all these like natural food. Like we went live in Big Lots probably twice, and we've done like, I don't know, probably 5 posts from Big Lots. Just from things that we found in the store. And so we snap pictures, and I don't know how many pictures I've snapped. Even GNC, I found a new Quest bar that didn't have sucralose in it, the artificial sweetener that is in some of those bars. And I snapped a picture while I was in GNC. We had both the kids. They were whiny. There was no way I had time to write a post then. What did I do? I saved that picture. I wrote a post a week later. So snapping a lot of pictures is what I would suggest. And especially if you're in a grocery store, this is what our business is. Our business is food and helping people figure out how to clean eat and figure out where to find things at the grocery store and what new things you're finding and what kind of tips can you offer. And then, of course, if you're making dishes with your kids, if your kids are getting involved, take a picture. go live, do a video. I don't know how many times Reese, and trust me, guys, Reese we never know what she's going to say. We're like, what is she going to say? But we go live with her all the time, and it's always the best videos because people love seeing your kids because they're cute, right? Just like Krista's little girl right there, because they're cute. And then, of course, recipes, sharing your recipes. You guys are making foods. You're finding recipes in the challenge groups. Just because it is a recipe that I posted in the challenge group, or maybe you've seen Brooke or another coach post, don't take their image. Make the recipe. Use your own image, but go ahead and repost it. Recipes have no copyright on them. Like, you're not stealing anybody's stuff. If you make a picture and you take a picture of it and you copy that exact same recipe, it's okay. I don't know how many of us have done it with the cheeseburger meatloaf. I think, which is amazing. Multiple coaches have posted that, but we've all used our own pictures. And so that's what kind of makes it our own. And you can even say, like, what I've said in a post before is, like, the best thing about being in the coaching community is that we share recipes. Like, that was my lead into that post about the cheeseburger meatloaf, because my coach had posted it. A couple of my other coaches have posted it. And so that was one thing I wanted to share. If we all had the same followers, that was the point I want to make. And that it is one of the best things about being in the coaching community is that, like, I see your guys' stuff all over my newsfeed, and I'm like, ooh, that looks good. Ooh, Chris, we should make that for dinner. That looks good. So sharing your recipes, and then going live, doing live videos about anything. It can be about cooking. It can be about explaining the containers. It can be, there's one night I went live and I did a live video about our dinner, which was super basic. It was like chicken, asparagus, and sweet potato. And it was a really simplified way of explaining to people how you use the containers. So it was offering an educational purpose of what I do as far as my eating. And it was offering value, and it was showing people, like, it doesn't have to be hard. Like, to do these containers, it doesn't have to be making a complicated recipe all the time and then trying to figure out what container system it goes in. Okay, so the other thing is workouts, posting about workouts. So anytime I do a workout, like, Chris is the techie one, and he has his GoPro, and he has his drone. Dude, I have an iPhone, and that's all I need is an iPhone, and that's all I use. And it takes great videos. A droid, and it can be a droid, whatever your phone is. And what I do is I take it and I put it on video, and I prop it up against a wall, or I prop it up anywhere. We have 3 tripods. I'll tell you, I can probably, they are cheap, but I don't hardly ever use them. I prop it up on a cup, or I prop it up against the wall, and I flip it, and I make the camera face me so I can see myself. And then one thing I want to give you guys a tip on is don't sit and watch yourself and then make a workout video, because it's just kind of awkward when you're watching yourself. So anytime I see myself look at the camera, I try to cut out that part. But flipping the video and making it show you. And guys, with the post, I'm going to be showing you guys all some really great posts of people that are doing things just like this. And these are new coaches. Most of the coaches that I'm going to be showing you examples of tonight are new coaches. So our veteran coaches, our diamonds on the team, hopefully you guys are all following them. I'm going to give you their names because they all already post amazing stuff. I'm not highlighting them tonight. I'm actually highlighting some of their coaches because they're doing good stuff too. But that would be Kelly Branson, Kirsten Johnson, Kristen Gagnon, Jessica Tanzel, Christopher, Bree Hopkins. Am I leaving anybody out? I think I got everybody. I think that's all our diamonds right now. So they all post great stuff, and they have some coaches posting great stuff too, and I can't wait to share with you guys. Also, when you're doing videos, it doesn't have to be your full workout. Maybe it can be one move. So I went live today on my light page, and I showed one move, and it was the move that I felt gave me the biggest burn. It was the most difficult. I'm waving at your selfie. Or just show the modifier. Maybe use I love iMovie. I personally prefer iMovie myself. It's an app on my phone. I have it on my computer, but I use it on my phone more than anything. Or you can use Pick, Play, Post, but show how you can do the move regular, and then show how you can use the modifier. Workout videos that are fun to do are like Size. Any of the dance ones, Size, Country Heat, Turbo Fire. Kristen Gagnon's on here right now. She's been doing a lot of great workouts with workout videos with Turbo Fire. Hammer and Chisel, Core to Force, like those are great workout videos because they're not your typical workout moves. Especially Core to Force where you're doing fighting and you can, talk about it being core focused. Or Hammer and Chisel. People are always asking me, what can I do for weightlifting? What can I do for weights? So Hammer and Chisel, 21-Day Fix Extreme, where you're using weights or resistance bands, those make great videos.
And Chalene Johnson, basically, she made her career doing these short little snippet, one move workout videos. I mean, some of her videos are 50 seconds. She'll show you one move to do. She'll do one a day. So you could literally break apart one of our programs or one workout and have 30 different videos.
I'm going to mute everybody. Okay. Okay, so don't be scared of, if you don't want to film your workout, do one move that you're like, okay, I got this move down. I feel comfortable filming this move. I'm going to film this move and I'm going to tell them this was my move of the day. Like I've done move of the days before. I've done moves where I've showed the regular move, the modifier. Anything you're going to do to show your workout, talk about your workout. So maybe you don't want to do video. Maybe your comfort level is not there just yet. Do a post. And I'm going to show you guys some really great pictures that coaches have done to not just be a workout selfie, but to be a picture that I feel like tells a story, okay? And then you need to go on in the caption and talk about it. So don't just say, check, got my workout done today, Hammer and Chisel, hashtag.
No one cares.
Like to give some emotion, give some feeling, explain it. If you're working out outside, like how good does it feel to work outside right now? Like how nice and convenient is that? I love to work out outside. I love on demand because I'm able to now go out and work out in my garage. Okay. And then make sure when you're working out, and again, I'm going to show you some examples that you're talking about your struggles. So don't make it all look like perfection. If you struggled in your workout and maybe you're filming your whole workout and you see points where you stopped and you're like, ooh, I don't want to show people that. Show people that. Like Brooke's been doing that a lot right now in her workout videos because she has had some points of struggle, this past week and just getting used to getting back into that high intensity fitness. And she showed that and she's got a lot of people love her for being so open and genuine, with her journey. Yes. So, okay. So let me go ahead and share my slides. And Chris had just kind of brought up the number one coach in our network right now went viral. Her name is Ashley Molstead, and she actually got put on the cover of,
I think she was in
People magazine. I think that's right. She got put on the cover because she was basically told a story. She showed a split screen of her standing up and showing no rolls and looking, more fit and trim. And then she took a picture of herself sitting down and you could see all her rolls in her stomach. And she told why she posted that way. She said, I could have posted to you guys making it look like I have this fit physique, making it look like I don't have any issues with cellulite or having fat rolls, but that wouldn't be the truth. And so she went on to tell her story, and oh my God, guys, she blew up. She's number one in the network right now. She had 400 Success Club points last month. I mean, it's ridiculous for just being herself and showing that she wasn't perfect. Like so many coaches feel like they have to be perfect, that they just want to.
You can go on Instagram all day and find perfect, and most people don't want to see perfect all the time. Period.
Yeah. So you want to be relatable, and you want to show your journey, no matter where you're at in your journey. Okay, so first coach I'm going to start with is Martha Grate. Martha Grate has been a coach with me since maybe last summer, but she hasn't really got into, I think she would agree with it, she hasn't really got into the whole coaching part until probably about December, January of this year. And she really started to hit it full force, hitting Success Club, reaching her goals. And she has some really, really great posts. So I'm going to start with her first. And the first thing I want to start with is, you guys may be looking at this and being like, okay, what does this have to do with health and fitness? Yay. It doesn't all have to be about health and fitness, right? She wants to show her interest. Here she's just talking about her guilty pleasure of watching a TV show. And then she also does relate it to health and fitness, just kind of talking about her priorities with her relationship with health and fitness. But this is one thing she hasn't let go because she loves the show. Now, if you guys look at this picture, yes, you see her TV screen, but what else do you see? And do you think that she thought this process out? Because I see a bowl of something healthy sitting there with fruit in it. And then I also see a coffee mug, which is really cute. It's like her little engagement coffee mug. But the whole setting, I'm pretty sure she probably planned on having her food and the coffee mug in the picture along with this TV screen. So sometimes it often takes thinking outside of the box when it comes to your picture. She could have got up close and zoomed in on the screen. She could have done a stock image of Pretty Little Liars, but instead she really thought and captured this picture and captured multiple things. And she captured everything she was talking about. She captured talking about her show she loves, and also talking about health and fitness as her healthy bowl of, I don't know what that is right there, maybe yogurt, granola, and berries or something. Okay, so I love this because this is a workout post. But it's not your typical workout post, because what are you thinking when you look at this? To me, I'm like, okay, what's she doing? I know what she's doing. I know that's a resistance band, but to the average person that maybe doesn't typically work out or is not familiar with resistance bands, they may be like, okay, what's she doing? Let me read this. What does this say? Something about Pilates? 21-day program, lean muscles and makes her core strong? Huh, well, that sounds interesting. So it leads you again,
you're going to want to read it.
You're going to want to read it. And, this caption that she did here, it doesn't go on forever. It's pretty short and sweet. And I think you should balance out your captions. Your caption can go on for a little bit longer and talk more about it, or you can do something short and sweet. The thing is that I was drawn in by this picture and it made me want to read whatever she wrote. Okay, so what did she do? She planted a seed. She planted a seed that obviously she's into health and fitness. She's on her own fitness journey. She's kind of told you what her goals are. Oh, she does this for 30 minutes. She's getting people to watch her, in other words. All right, food post. Now, I want you guys to notice all the color, and it's on a paper plate. I'm assuming it's a paper plate. It looks like a paper plate, but it's the color that captures your attention in this picture, that captures your eye, right? So we're trying to think about scroll stopping pictures. Notice how she zoomed in on the picture. Notice how she picked a meal that had a lot of color in it. There's nothing super, there's peppers on the side, and it's a taco with some guacamole and stuff in it. It's not anything it doesn't have to be a souffle. I think sometimes the coaches overthink things. Think about the color and think about what's going to be visually pleasing to people, okay? And then she goes on to talk about, one of the important things for her is obviously eating clean, and talking about having all organic ingredients. All right, so, oh man, I had a different picture for this one. I forgot to hit the see more button. But I love this picture because right now, of course, you're like, okay, why is she looking at the camera like that? What's in the background? What's all on that table? You're drawn into it again. It makes you want to read it. What is this post about, right? It makes you want to read it. So in this post, she kind of fits in a lot of things. She talks about her wedding because she is getting ready to get married. She talks about making her workout a priority, and she talked about just leaving her house a mess because her fitness is a priority to her. So she's talking about a lot of things, 2 things particular that's her hobby, not just health and fitness, or I should say her interest, or kind of speaking to her avatar, which would be somebody who is planning a wedding. Okay, so obviously you can see behind that table, now that you read her caption, oh, okay, that's all the stuff from her shower. But again, she's just kind of talking about how she's still making her workout a priority. She's not sitting there trying to clean things up. She's going ahead and getting it done. All right. So I love anytime that Matt's in a picture with her, because I think they're both very funny. They always have great pictures. But Chris and I have done a post very similar to this when we tried to make a recipe that was such a fail. Yeah. And, you know, what people may think is, oh, well, we won't be posting about that one. And Chris and I actually we were like, okay, I guess we won't post that one. But we're like, wait a minute, this could be really funny. Like, let's post this. So we did a picture very similar where we're like, this really sucked. We failed. And that's what she did here with Matt. Matt obviously did not like this, and he ended up going to Jimmy John's. So, you know, just sharing your things that you guys may think that aren't funny to other people, when they see this picture and he has his tongue sticking out and his thumb down, and then you read that you guys had to go get Jimmy John's because it was a fail, like, that's funny. You know, just sharing things that you may think, I think so many times, again, coaches overthink it and they think, oh, okay, well, that's something I'm not going to post about because that was a fail. You know, how many times have you ever went through and looked at Pinterest fail stuff? How hilarious is that when you see when somebody tries to create something from Pinterest and it's a total fail? Like, it's, I don't know how many side-by-sides I've seen, and Chris and I have done several fails that we've definitely posted about because we were like, this is just funny. We got to share this with the world. All right, so another thing, again, facial expressions. You can see she obviously strategically has Shanti placed in the background. I'm going to guess that her video is on pause. You can see, I can see 30. I can tell this is in CDA Max 30. I can see that Shanti. I can clearly see everything. Her camera is tilted a little bit. It's just visually pleasing to the eye, and I'm like, okay, why is she looking like that? Oh, there's Shanti in the background. I love him. Oh, what's going on? Oh, for all the Shanti lovers out there, oh, okay, what's going on? It makes you want to read it, okay? So she goes on to tell that there's going to be a 7-day program here in June. So again, planting seeds. She's already talking about this event that Shanti is going to be putting on here in June. She's already beginning to plant seeds, okay? And of course, anybody who likes and comments, she can very easily go on to those people and say, hey, I seen that you like my post about Shanti. Are you a Shanti lover? Do you want to try and do the event with me in June? This is what it's all about. You know, so easily opening the door for anybody that hit like or commented on it to be able to go back and open up a conversation with them, okay? Another great post is, here is where she is talking about her meal plan for the week. So again, like, you guys don't see all this strategic placement. Chris and I see this right away. And the common audience is not going to see this. They're just going to be like, oh, okay, cool, what's going on in this picture? I see her, you know, you can see her weights in the background. You can see that she's drinking, what is that drink called? I think it's Synergy.
Or Synergy.
Yeah. And so it's a healthy drink. She has, I see the 21-day fix container thing, things highlighted. I see her computer open. It looks like maybe to Pinterest or whatever. Maybe she's trying to pick out some recipes. And then she goes on to say what's on her menu for the week. So again, visually pleasing. She's got her cat in the background. You know, all things that would speak to her audience. All right, so I'm going to move on to another coach, Courtney Webster. Courtney is another coach that really has some really great pictures. She just is always thinking about doing a different type of picture and not, I see a lot of coaches create the exact same picture over and over and over and over and over, the same selfie, the same selfie. The same selfie.
This is your TV show. People don't want to see a rerun. So literally think about your Facebook page as a TV show. Keep it interesting. So I think Courtney does a really good job with that.
Well, all the coaches we're highlighting on here do a really good job. Okay, so Courtney goes on to talk about her struggles. So obviously, again, you're looking at her face, looking at her facial expressions, like, it makes you want to read it, right? Like, is she upset? Did something happen? And then she goes on to talk about her struggle of eating junk food that week. Again, being open and honest to people. But this is what I love, is that she flips it around and says, never miss a Monday. And so she goes on to talk about, doing her workout and just having a bad weekend, but just restarting. Okay, so again, it's just about being open and real to who you are. All right, so another thing, again, is she's talking about her hobby, her love for makeup. So again, it doesn't have to be all health and fitness. She loves makeup, and she's a makeup junkie, so she goes on to talk about that. And obviously that gets, a lot of conversation started. Anything that you find to be your hobby, that you love, it's kind of silly. Chris always makes fun of me because I love puzzles. Like, that's my hobby. That's what I like to do. Besides working out, I really like to do puzzles and get groceries. I love grocery shopping too. And of course, playing with my kids. But I've been posting my puzzles and my progress, and I don't know, I've got a lot of likes and comments on it. It's funny because it shows me other people that I connect to. I'm like, oh, they like puzzles too. I always thought it was such a nerdy thing, and of course, Chris makes fun of me. But there's actually a lot of people that enjoy that hobby. So whatever your hobby is, share, because those are the people that you're going to make a different type of connection with. Maybe your connection isn't with health and fitness, but maybe she's going to connect with people through makeup. And what will that lead to? That'll lead to all her other posts and them watching her post about her health and fitness journey. All right. So again, don't be afraid to be silly. Everybody wants to have this perfect picture. They want to look, all made up. I don't know how often I just look like this crazy mom at home all the time with my hair messed up or no makeup on. That's how I usually look. And that's usually the people I attract are real, raw people that don't care to look like perfection. And Courtney right here, she's just talking about brushing her teeth, getting in her workout, and she's showing herself genuine how she is. Her hair is wet, she has no makeup on, and she's in the middle of brushing her teeth with a goofy face. Again, it makes you want to read. Okay, it makes you want to follow her. It makes you like her. Because she is being real, she is being just who she is. So again, it doesn't have to be all about health and fitness, but allow people in to know you and know that you're not this surface level coach. So wasn't long ago I posted a video from last year's top coach, Melanie Mitro, talking about, do you want to be a surface level coach? Do you only want people to see what you want them to see? That's when you're not going to make a connection with people. When you let people in and you tell them about your struggles, or you show who you really are, this girl with wet hair, no makeup on, brushing her teeth, making a goofy face, it's your normal day. So just letting people in to get to know you will cause you to have more followers, because people will connect and they will like you. All right, so another great post, again, taking your workout outside, always a great opportunity to post about doing your workout anywhere, talking about the Beachbody On Demand. Courtney's done multiple posts about being outside, and her caption on this one isn't, I'm not gonna say it's her best caption. The picture's great though. And the picture still draws me in, and I've seen her do multiple other posts that have had longer, better captions talking about Beachbody On Demand outside. So the fact that she didn't have the best caption on this one, I still think is okay, because she has so many other ones where the caption does talk about being outside. But I love the pictures on this one, because I love the lighting's great, the color of her clothes are great, all the different angles of her workout is great. It's, again, just drawing in my attention. And then another thing I want you guys to think about, when you are taking your selfies, it doesn't have to be you staring at the camera. It can be you looking away. Again, if you've seen this picture, would you not think that this is a picture in a magazine, right? How many times do you look in a magazine and you see somebody just blankly doing a stare-on picture of a selfie? It's thinking about angles. It's cutting half of your face off. It's tilting your camera a little bit. It's looking the opposite direction. It's looking up, looking down. And it may all seem silly, but these are things that people's attention are drawn to. And this is how you create a following, is through your images and then through your stories, because your image has to capture their attention first and then their story. So, you know, what do people normally, when you're attracted to the opposite person, what do you notice first? You notice their looks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get to the looks, you want to dig deeper and you want to see, okay, what else is going on inside? Can I connect to them? So my point is create an image that is visually pleasing to people's eyes to draw them in, just like you would your partner. You know, if you're out looking for a guy or girl at the, I was going to say at the bar, at the club, it's the outside that people are going to be drawn into. But then once they meet you, they want to know more. They want to know more about you. They want to dig deeper. It's the same thing with our post. Our post is visually pleasing, and that's what draws people in. But then they want to read your caption, and they want to be able to dig deeper and know more about you. All right, again, another visually pleasing picture. It doesn't have to be a straight-on selfie. Obviously, what does this picture say? She's working out, okay? Again, this is a caption. It's very short and sweet for her. Again, Courtney's great at posting multiple times a day, so sometimes she does do short and sweet ones. A lot of times she's got some really long, great ones. But, you know, I always tell coaches to try and elaborate as much as you can. But again, the picture is visually pleasing. It makes me want to read whatever she has to say. Same thing about selfies. I just wanted to say, you know, cutting your face off, taking your camera and holding it up, or taking it from down, or taking it from side, thinking about the colors you have on that day, with her tennis shoes match, her shorts match, her shirt match. You know, and it doesn't have to be like that. But whenever I have a cute workout outfit, I'm always thinking, okay, I should take a picture in this outfit, because I don't always, like, a lot of times I work out in my whatever I had on that morning, and that's what I have on. But if I have a good outfit on, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and do a workout video today, or I'm going to try and do a good picture because I have a cute new work outfit on. And then again, you know, recipes, always posting about your recipes, but trying to think about how can you create a nice visually pleasing image. There's a lot of color. You can see that she held her camera right up above her bowl. You can see her feet. You can see she's obviously standing in her kitchen. It's visually pleasing. It makes you want to read, and then you go over to stop your scroll, bomb salad, and then you can sit and read all the ingredients that she made in this salad. And then again, this one is one that she did about Energize. And I was actually going to add mine about Energize today too, but she shared her love for Energize because it gets her going. So Energize, you know, there's multiple ways you can take the post about Energize or Shakeology. Is you can be educational. And I think that's important to do. And I also think it's important to share why you take it, because people want to know, why are you using it? So for her, you know, she kind of talks about being lazy, rainy days, Saturday. Energize is what gets her going. And she tells her story. And again, the picture is bright, vibrant colors, visually pleasing. She's making a face that draws you in and makes you want to read. All right, so on to our next coach that I wanted to highlight is Bryanne. Bryanne is actually Kristen Gagman's PS coach, and she is a newer coach on the team, but she has some really great posts that she puts out there too. So I wanted to share some of her stuff. She is, again, somebody who has some great facial expressions. Obviously, you can see, you know, she's making a face and she has a calendar behind her. It draws you in to be like, okay, what is something going on? Is there an event or something? And it makes you want to read it. And when you read it, what she's doing is she's planting a seed that she's very busy. Okay, so she talks about how busy her schedule is. And if you're following her on social media, not only do you see that she is a busy mom with a busy schedule, but she is also working towards her health and fitness goals. So she's planting the seed that she doesn't make that an excuse. Okay, she tries to fit everything in, no matter what her busy schedule is, and she is still able to make time for her fitness. Okay, so this was a great opportunity for her to kind of share a little bit about herself, just how busy her life is, and really help eliminate excuses when she talks to people about time. Because she can be like, oh yeah, you know, you should have seen my calendar the other day. Did you see my post where I literally have something going on every weekend? Like, it's crazy, but I still carve out 30 minutes of my day, and I'm able to get my workout in and have my food prepped and ready for the week. You know, so she's opened the door to have the opportunity to have that conversation when somebody makes the excuse about time. All right, so again, visually pleasing pictures. And so Martha earlier had her food on a paper plate that was blue, but very colorful and very attractive. Now on Bryanne, she has her food on a very beautiful plate with lots of color. So obviously this is going to stand out and make you want to read whatever she has to say. So I was drawn in by the picture, and then I go in to read, and she talks about, you know, clean eating 90% of the time, and just talks about the challenge groups and how they keep her motivated. So again, being drawn in by the picture and then making me want to read her caption. Shoot. Okay, another one, of course, is going to be her recipes. Now, when I was creeping Bryanne's page, like I like to call it, creeping, I noticed that right beforehand, she had actually posted a picture of these egg muffins on a plate. And I think she had like multiple people ask her, what's the recipe? What is this? You know, how do you make it? So the cool thing is that she was able to, and I don't know, maybe this was her intention, maybe it wasn't her intention, but she was able to spark interest from her post earlier of her egg muffins and cause people to want to ask, what's this recipe? So she had two ways she could have went about this. She could have individually messaged each person the recipe, or she could decide, well, today I want to add some value to my page. I haven't posted a recipe in a while. I'm going to post a recipe later because everybody's asking me about what this was. And so she went on later, and she ended up posting the recipe for those egg muffins. So again, giving back to people. And then she even posts in the bottom, it says servings. So this is going to be great for her existing challengers. This is going to be great for anybody who follows her and uses this container system. They're going to want to reach out to her because they're going to be like, oh, she uses the containers, and I've seen her post about doing a group. I want to reach out to her because I already own this program. I'll see if maybe, you know, she has a group going. So I think it's always good to also be posting your portions too for people. And then I always think it's great when you involve your kids in a picture, because for a lot of us moms and dads, they're a big reason that we're doing this. And so anytime that you can incorporate them into anything that you're doing health and fitness wise, or just incorporate them at all, is always going to draw in you know, a piece of your avatar. If you're a mom, obviously a piece of your avatar are other moms that like getting their kids involved. So this is just a cute picture. I love all their facial expressions. I don't even know what fiddleheads is. I have no clue. But I was drawn into the picture, and then I started reading it, and I was like, I still need to look up what fiddleheads are. Do you know what fiddleheads are? I'm going to assume it's a vegetable because it's green. It does look like Brussels sprouts. All right, so the next coach I want to highlight is Nicole Bass. This is not Nicole right here. This is actually her challenger. So I want to talk about, if you have challengers that are standing out and doing great, ask them, say, hey, I think you've been doing a really awesome job. Do you care if I do a little small post about you on social media? And can I tag you, or do you care if I tag you, or can I do a post and not tag you? Like, you know, find out what their comfort level is. But she went and she highlighted this challenger of hers that was a busy mom making no excuses. And obviously you see she has her shake there. She's in her sports bra. Obviously she just got done with her workout and has her kid. And so she was able to highlight her challenger. But she was also able to highlight her, you know, Nicole was able to highlight herself as a coach, because she's showing people, I'm helping people. Like, I'm helping people not make excuses and get started in these challenge groups. And she's showing her value that way too. Again, I love food pictures with color. You know, if we're clean eating, guys, you guys should be having dishes with color. And then she has her LaCroix can there, which is green. It matches her green in the salad. It's just visually pleasing, really easy to do. It looks like it's sitting on her table or somewhere where there's light shining in, maybe next to a window. Oftentimes, Chris will sit our food on our wooden floor because it makes a nice picture. He'll sit it on our couch or our chair that has swirlies on it. He'll take it out on our back porch and let the natural light of the sun just shine down on it. Placemats. I've seen other people use placemats, pillows, anything to draw. We're trying to draw people's attention into reading our caption. Okay, so here she goes on to talk about taco seasoning. So she's educating people on taco seasoning and how she makes her own taco seasoning, and then she gives the ingredients for it. So adding value to people and not, again, us as coaches, like we're not trying to sell on our social media page. Like we are trying to add value and show people what we have to offer and invite them into our journey. Okay. Again, another great picture, paper plate. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but this is an awesome picture. It looks really yummy to me. It actually makes me hungry. It makes me think of apple pie. But I'm drawn into the picture, and she calls it apple nachos. I mean, it's funny how you can use certain wording that makes our brain think, oh man, that sounds good, apple nachos. When all this is just apple, a little bit of granola and peanut butter. Like and for you guys, and I don't know how many coaches are like, yeah, but I don't eat anything special. And like this to them is probably what they consider not special, but slice it up, make it look pretty, drizzle the peanut butter everywhere, throw some good lighting on it, take a picture and call it apple nachos. And then it becomes something exciting. All right, again, strategic placement, guys. Like I guarantee you that this is probably not, she's a mom that's, I'm sure, just as busy as I am. She owns her own personal training business, and she is coaching and all in, pretty much doing this full time, and she has a 6-month-old. This is probably not what her desk looks like, but she is taking a picture, and you can see several placement things. You can see it's open to her challenge group. You can see her planner is open. She's got her cup of coffee. She has her Energize sitting there. She has her personal development sitting there with her Beachbody speaker sitting there, which, I'm sure she's posted about having that as a challenge group prize. So, there's a lot of placement in here that is telling a story. So what is her story she's telling? She's talking about it being a new week. She's talking about her upcoming challenge group. And she's talking about, what she does as a coach with these challenge groups. So a lot of strategic placement on her part. And Chris and I do this all the time too. Okay, so if you guys see my desk, it's a mess. If I was going to take a picture, and I have taken pictures, I clean that thing up first and then take a picture. Unless my story is, man, this is my life, it's a mess, I'm getting it all done, even though it's a mess. So it just depends what kind of story I'm trying to tell. All right, so a lot of coaches didn't get the opportunity to go to Punta Cana with us on the Success Club trip, but I've seen several coaches post about it. So I know I've seen Nicole, Megan Stevens, and Martha Grate all did some really great posts where they basically told people this is their vision. Like, I'm not on this trip right now. I see my teammates there. I see them having a great time. I'm jealous. I'm so happy that I chose to be part of this team because they're hardworking. And she kind of laid it out. I didn't get to hit Seymour, but she pretty much laid it out that I'm not here this year, but I'm going to be there next year. So I think having that confidence, because she doesn't know if she's going to be there next year. Nobody knows if they're going to be there next year if you're not on the trip yet. But she is laying it out that she has a vision. She has the confidence. Even if she's maybe is unsure, she is going to speak with confidence that she will be there next year. And, so I think that was a great post and actually all the coaches that did a post like this, that's pretty much what they said. They spoke with confidence. They weren't there this year. They're going to be there next year. So even if you guys aren't earning the trips, you can still talk about them and still talk about your plans. I know when I first joined, my goal was, I was number 7,000 on the trip to Cancun. And I was like, I am going to be on this trip. And I talked about it, and I talked about it being my goal. And I remember messaging Brooke. I'm like, Brooke, I don't know. Do you think I'm going to get on this trip? Like, I don't really know. They haven't messaged me yet. And it was like 4 months. It took 4 months of me being on that waiting list and moving up the ladder on that waiting list to getting off of it and going to Cancun.
And then you got to eat breakfast with Carl.
And then I got to eat breakfast with the CEO, yes. And I got to sit next to Melanie Mitchell. I was like, she's like my favorite coach. But yeah, a lot of really cool things happened on that trip. So speaking with vision, speaking with confidence, and like knowing where you want to go with this and telling people is what you need to do. So many people feel like I need to be there. I didn't know if I was going to go to Cancun, but I told people, I have a goal. I'm going to go on this trip. I really want to earn it. I really want to help as many people as I can. And I really spoke my vision to people. All right. So Ashley Ford is another coach that puts out some really great content. And in this one, you know, she is really great about digging deep. So she just talks about believing yourself and really trying to give everybody some words of wisdom and just some encouragement, and, you know, along with sharing a little bit of her own struggles too. So again, drawn into the picture, she's pointing her finger at you. The lighting's good. It's like, okay, why is she pointing her finger at me? Again, it makes you want to read. And the first sentence is believe in you. So maybe you're somebody that wants some encouragement that day. You're going to keep on reading, right? Believe in you. You're going to read what she has to say. Again, recipes. This looks yummy. I know when I came across this, I actually screenshot this and I'm like, yum, I think I'm going to share this in our group and we're going to make this. Because it's a lasagna bowl made in spaghetti squash where there's no carbs. How awesome is that, right? So again, sharing values, sharing a recipe with people, making it a visually pleasing picture. Ashley Ford did go on the trip. However, that's not what I want to talk about. She did talk about going on the trip and her office being anywhere. But guys, anytime you're on a vacation, Chris and I went and we took Reese to Disney World last year. And I did post being out by the pool and still being able to run my business. Like, I can literally do my business anywhere. And, you know, no matter where you're at in your business, whether you're beginning or not, you own a business and you can literally do it anywhere. And people need to know that. People need to know somebody like me would have been attracted to that because I'm limited on my time and I want to do things on my time and I don't want to have to go somewhere or clock somewhere to do it, because at that time I already had a day job. I didn't need another job that had me clocking in. But if it's something that I could do when I was sitting out on the patio drinking coffee, or I was laying out on the beach, then how awesome would that be to be able to be helping people, enjoy my love for health and fitness, and be making money while I am literally laying on the beach. It's pretty dang awesome. So I think, you know, sharing more about your office space being able to be anywhere. Something else that Ashley did is she was really open with people of one of her struggles that she had going on. And again, you see this picture and you're like, okay, what is she excited about? Like, what is she talking about? And she's talking about she threw out her back and she was not able to work out. So she really kind of struggled during that time with what, as a coach, should be posting because she wasn't able to work out. However, what she was able to do was to eat clean and still be able to post about that and being able to reach her goals. And even me post-pregnancy, I wasn't able to work out. But I still got some really great results. I started my 21 days the day I got home from the hospital. And in that 21 days, I did not get to work out. So, and I still got great results. Why? Because the eating plan is what gets people great results. People don't get that. They don't get that until we educate them about that. And so that's why I constantly talk about nutrition. My groups are no longer called 21-day challenge. It's nutrition 101. Like, it is a 3-week journey into nutrition. And guess what? We get to work out too. because that's part of it. That's part of being healthy. But getting results is going to come from what you're putting in your body. All right, so Megan Stevens is another coach I want to highlight. Sorry, Megan, I screenshot you with your mouth open. She does a lot of live videos, and live is a great feature to be using on Facebook. And you don't have to have, like, it doesn't have to always be health and fitness. So with this one, she's just on there talking, okay? So her thing says prom, a stranger, chicken, and a total weirdo. Like, would you not want to sit there and read that? Like, what is she talking about? Prom and chicken and something being weird, right? And then it says healthy, wealthy, and wine, you know? That's her hashtag. So again, it draws you in. It makes you want to listen to whatever her story is. Usually she has something funny to say, but she does it really good at trying to get on and use live with the Facebook feature. And then again, she's also somebody who's posting recipes. I didn't get to hit all, but she did post the recipe to her veggies and just sharing and adding value to people. She again was another coach that told her vision, talked about Punta Cana, talked about the coaches being there, but how she was going to be there next year. So again, going ahead and speaking with confidence and talking with vision. All right, so Brandi Hamilton is another brand new coach on our team. Brandi's probably joined us within, what, the last month? Yeah. And she has some very visually pleasing photos. This one right here is, again, one talking about her office space, which is obviously at her kitchen table. Strategic placement, okay? I would say her flower probably sits in the center of the table. It probably doesn't sit right there, but it looks really pretty right there, right? Mm-hmm. And then her coffee mug, I would say she's probably right-handed, not left-handed. So her coffee mug probably sits on the other side of the computer, right? Same with her notepad. But she strategically placed everything here so she could talk about her view from her office space. Her picture tells a story and draws you in. It's pretty. So for her, this is her talking about her dream job and now being able to work from home. So no matter what, you don't have to be somebody that is now coming home and working your business because she does another business where she works from home now, right? So she's doing this and Beachbody. So she's doing both businesses from home. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that you left your job, you're working from home, but just talk about a day that maybe you're going to do and focus on Beachbody. Is it at a coffee shop? Is it on your back patio? Is it at the pool? It doesn't have to be you left your job. Your office space, you are an owner of your business. So whether you're doing this part-time or full-time, still talk about this business that you're able to do wherever and what your office space looks like and what your view is. Great picture. All right, so again, this is a picture where she goes on, and I don't see coaches often enough talk about, she earned the call with our CEO, Carl, for hitting Success Club within her first month, and she was able to go on and talk about that and talk about some of the upcoming new and exciting things that they have going on too. So this is great for her as a new coach. It's, again, this is a selfie picture, but I will tell you, I don't see a whole lot of pictures that Brandi's doing like this. It's selfie. And, of course she has her pin up there and it's like, okay, what's going on? And then the first sentence is just finished a call with the CEO. And so anybody who knows her is going to be like, okay, what CEO, what job is she doing? What is this, a fitness program? And so again, it leads them in to want to read more. All right, so I put a few of my own posts here just to kind of share with you guys something that I've been doing within my challenge groups, but also something that I've been posting on social media to show people how the containers are used. Okay, so many people are so confused about these dang containers, and they don't need to be confusing. They're actually pretty simple. So that's kind of what I've been trying to put out there. Of course, I'm following Shift Shop right now. I'm trying to share my meal plan with everybody and give them an idea of what the eating guide is like with this meal plan, and just kind of give them little sneak peeks to get them excited about the release of it in July, which I've given you guys a lot of information already that you can go on the team page, and I went live yesterday on my personal page. I went live on the team page talking about it. You guys can go ahead and start talking about it too if you wanted to. I even shared my meal plan today on my personal page. But my point of this picture is I use an Instagram filter. I set this on my counter in front of my window. I set my containers out. The lighting is good. And I've had people say, you know what, the lighting in my house isn't good. Go outside. Take your food and your containers outside. You know, you're not going to be out there for very long, and the bugs aren't going to get to it. Just take it outside, get some good lighting, use a nice little filter, or don't use a filter at all. Chris and I are kind of like, we don't know how well Facebook does with filters, but this was an Instagram post for me that I ended up using the same picture for Facebook too.
Facebook's own filters work fine, but other filters on Facebook don't necessarily.
Sorry, I'm drinking water. Okay. Again, same thing. I'm just showing people, I give them the recipe for clean flaxseed pancakes. I'm breaking down how the containers work. 1 banana, 2 purples, 2 eggs is a red. You know, trying to draw them in with a picture. And, you know, it says first sentence is trying to save my yellow container portions for Easter dinner today. All right, well, they see a pancake. They're like, okay, how does she save her yellows? Like, how is there not a yellow in this? So anybody who's familiar with the container system, which most people are anymore, are going to be like, what is this recipe? So don't be turned off if you are attracting people who already know the portions. You guys don't know how many of my new challengers in this group have the containers, have the eating guide, and have a fitness program. But you know what they didn't have? Shakeology. You know what else they didn't have? Beach Riding On Demand All Access. Do you know what they got? The Beach Riding On Demand All Access Challenge Pack with Shakeology. So, you know, if somebody says, I don't know how many coaches, they have someone that says, oh, well, they got everything. They have the containers and they have the program. I'm like, okay, did they have Shakeology? Did you talk to them about that? Like, that's always, you know, I talk to them. Of course, I ask their goals and their struggles. I still go through my same process. I'm not like, as soon as they message me, I'm not like, do you have Shakeology? No, I'm going to sit and listen to them first and find out what they've done in the past that didn't work, what their goals are now, and what they've been struggling with. Typically, people are struggling with following the plan, being motivated, or cravings. So very simple for me to incorporate Shakeology, because in order to be in my group, I make all new challengers use Shakeology, because I think it makes the transition to clean eating a lot easier. Our focus is on nutrition. And if we're focusing on nutrition, that means we're also supplementing with something clean, okay? All right, so Brynn is another one of our newer coaches. Again, visually pleasing pictures. This is her going outside, maybe in between wherever she lives, in between the buildings, setting up her camera, having on a bright purple shirt. The lighting's great, and she's talking about a perfect time for a fresh start and get her body in shape for the bikini. So she's talking about her goals. She's talking about her challenge group. And, you know, again, it draws you into the picture and makes you want to read. All right, so Vanna is a new coach on our team too. Her and I have been talking a lot about you know, what she's putting out on social media. Some things that I had suggested was going live or doing a video. She wasn't ready to go live just yet. She has just started Size because she used to be in dancing. She did something with professional dance. So I suggested Size to her, and she loves it. She says she's never gonna leave that program. And so she wasn't ready to go live with it, but she ended up doing a video. Size, guys, if you guys like the dance workout videos, this is a great one to do a video on because it's fun and people are drawn in to what you're doing that is a workout that really looks like you're just having fun. So I think that's always a great opportunity as a new coach. If you do like the dance workouts, to go and do a video, go live if you don't feel comfortable doing you know, do a video if you don't feel comfortable going live, either or. But look at that. She had 859 views. I mean, that's awesome. And she had 50 likes, and I don't know, I have all the comments cut out. All right, again, too many people think, and that was another point I want to make, too many people think that you have to have a home gym, you have to have all this equipment. So I think it's important to show, because we have a home gym, but there's oftentimes that I go upstairs and work out because Chris is outside and Cash is awake. So Chris may be busy doing something, or I think at this time, him and Reese had left. So I did a workout video in Cash's room. I popped up my Beachbody on Demand, and I talked about it not being an excuse, okay? I wanted to get my workout done. I couldn't go down in the basement where we had our gym at, but I can do my workout anywhere. It doesn't matter. And so I think it's important for people. I don't know how many people say, well, you know, I see you have a home gym, you have equipment and stuff, and I don't really have all that. I live in a small space. Like literally, you can do workouts anywhere you are at. And then again, I have Brooke. Brooke's been doing really well with showing just her struggles this week, not clipping out and, you know, clipping out the bad parts. She's showing you, she's talking about it. She says, I've still got my mommy belly that jiggles way more than I like for it. But guess what? During this workout today, as much as I wanted to stop because my pants were falling down and my belly was coming out, I didn't. I mean, how many people would connect to that? But how hard is that for a coach to post that and go deep with it, right? I mean, I think that's a progression as coaches go along. And I posted my very first deep post 4 months into coaching. Of something that really like hurt me and was really hard to post about and to even take the picture. And I literally got 30 new friend requests that day. It was crazy. I had like 80 comments, and I was a newer coach. I wasn't used to getting 80 comments, and I had like over 100 likes. It was just crazy. It was something that was really hard to post. And you guys don't realize sometimes those really hard posts are going to be the ones that connect you the most with people. All right, so what to post about Shakeology, guys. This is located in our album section. I find that too many coaches are posting about Shakeology but not adding any kind of value. They're not really telling why they're using it. They're not telling how it's different. Our entire album section has a lot of great examples of how you can post about Shakeology without being like, I have my shake today. Oh, this shake's helped me so much with cravings. You know, like, say something more than a one sentence, you know, try and educate people because
dig into the ingredients, you know, and take one specific ingredient and talk about it. And you can do that every day for 70 days. So,
yeah. And to tell you the truth, I don't love that because that would probably bore me.
Well, I mean, but every once in a while, you know, you pull something. I'm not saying every day, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. What I want to hear is that it doesn't have garbage in it, because that's why I wouldn't have used it.
How it makes you feel.
How it makes you feel, that it doesn't contain anything artificial. I mean, think about why you began drinking it. I think about why I was so against it when I first started, and it was because I thought it had all this other stuff in it that it doesn't. I didn't want to hear that it had vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, antioxidants, like that wasn't what I was wanting to hear. I wanted to hear it was clean. I wanted to hear it didn't have all the extra additives in it. Then once you told me that, I was willing to listen to what the benefits were to it. Because first I wanted to hear that it was something that wasn't going to harm me. So go to our album section. It's in album 28 through 36. You're going to find a ton of examples of how to post about Shakeology. And then I was going to add, Kelly Branson did a really good post today about, or not today, May 11th, whenever that was, a couple days ago, about Energize. I have been posting on our team page. Stop sharing. So I've been posting on our team page short videos about Energize. I posted one today about Recover, and Chris and I talked. We are going to try and do another team call about the performance line. But, you know, when you're posting about these things, post about why you use them, what they do for you, and then begin to educate. Okay, so today, if you guys want to go to my personal page, click on my post. That's basically what I did. I said I went to bed at 1 last night. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. to nurse Cash. I slept 25 more minutes, and I got up and had to start my day. How do I still make a workout work in the middle of the day when most people hit a wall? And I do too. I use my Energize. And so that's what I said. I told that story, and then I went in to educate people a little bit about Energize. And that post, I ended up having like a lot of likes and comments on it. But, you know, educating yourself about these products is very important. Okay, so you want to know what you're talking about, but you also don't want to feel like people are going to your page and they're reading a newspaper. Like, you know, try to make sure if you are going to educate people, share your story in that too.
And I was just going to add two things. Just, you know, keep in mind your page is a TV show. Keep it interesting. You don't want to see reruns. And then think about times that you post. And, you know, we stagger our posts throughout the day, but we tend to save some of our better posts for the higher traffic times. You know, I'm not going to post anything good really at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, I mean, where I'm at. I mean, yeah, I do have some friends, you know, in different time zones and stuff like that. But think about your market, the time, and, you know, look at traffic times for Facebook, because I think that's very, very vital. Because if it doesn't get likes or comments right away, it's gone. People aren't going to see it.
Yeah, and I want you to think I want to take Courtney Webster, for example. She posts a lot of things in my time zone at midnight. But in her time zone, it's 9 p.m. So you guys got to think, you know, when you are following other coaches and maybe you're like, oh, well, they post at midnight and they always get a lot of, well, you know, like Courtney lives in California. So she's in Pacific time zone. So the time zones are going to be different for other coaches.
And if somebody comments on your post, comment back, because that's going to keep things going. It's going to, for the Facebook algorithm, it's going to make them realize that, oh, okay, that's a very important post. They're going to keep it going and keep it in the news feed. Because if it doesn't get comments, you know, likes are okay, comments are better, but when comments keep going, you know, things stick around longer.
Yep. All right. Do y'all have any questions? This is the quiet time. Yeah, this is past Chris's bedtime, guys. He's ready to die over here. All right, you all. I'm going to end the meeting. Hopefully it recorded. I can upload it to YouTube. And yeah, so hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you guys do go and follow any of the coaches, one thing that I say, you know, is what I try and do personally is I follow coaches. I don't friend them because you're only allowed to have up to 5,000 friends. So anytime that I suggest somebody to follow somebody, I always say, you know, click follow or you know, so when you're on the same team, it's a little bit different. But if you're following other top coaches or you're following coaches on other teams, make sure that you click the follow button instead of the friend button. Because I have a lot of people that friend me from outside teams and my page is public and they can follow me. But that just kind of keeps down having a lot of coaches as your friends. But I do like having friends within our team. Yes. Yeah. So that makes sense. Yeah. So. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to jump off here. Y'all have a good night. Bye.